Shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Barakadash, double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers out there pushing this word in sincerity and truth. I'm going to jump straight into the scriptures. I'm entitled video Uproars of the People, because that's what's going on and is relevant right now. You know, you had a killing in Minnesota. You had a killing in Arizona. And you got riots or protests / riots in New York, Minnesota, Arizona, and DC. So things are heating up. And Jake is kind of being riled up. But, Jake is still like a crouching tiger, just sitting there watching for the most part. So, 2nd Esdras chapter 9 verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So, the Lord has already had this set up since the beginning, because the Lord is the Ancient of Days. So this is his movie, this is his story. Starting off, the main characters, Jacob, Esau, Yahushai, and the elect. That you heathens are just basically extras. So the Lord is stirring up things, because the Lord is all about drama. The Lord is a man of war, and Yahweh is his name. So, I remember saying in another video that you can look at, there's war in everything that you see outside, going down to the insects, going down to the animals, just how everything coincides with each other. The negative and the positive is always in contrast with each other. The Lord is all about balance. You can't have just, in other words, you just can't have good and not have bad. You can't just have bad and not have good. There's always a balance. And the necessary evil or the necessary wicked is Esau. Esau is a whooping stick. Is a whooping stick of us, Israel, because it kept going off against stirring away from the Lord, turning our back on the Lord, and we're being punished right now. Yeah, that's it on that one. Yeah, there's uproars of the people. 2/3 are getting riled up, and there's a racial tension in America, and it's about to get. You're gonna see that division, because the Lord is all about division, dividing the nations up again. Moab goes to Moab, Edom goes to Edom, Elam goes to Elam. Ishmael has already been with Ishmael, Ammon with Ammon, Japhet with Japhet, Israel. It's gonna be with Israel. And that's the Lord's putting that spiritual separation out there. Cause the people, even the other nations, are tired of Esau. Because it's not just uproars in America. There's uproars going on in Greece. You got Venezuela. That never stopped. Just because the news isn't covering it doesn't mean it just stop. No. Venezuela is still going through what they're going through. The judgment of the Lord. And what's coming to pass? Iran is giving aid to Venezuela. So that's going to be conflict with America and Iran, and that's a future prophecy that America will invade Iran to kick off, World War III. That's going to stir things up real quick and get the prophecies rolling, and that's what we're waiting for. I read that. I'm gonna read Sirach chapter 20, 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and in the tenth I will utter with my tongue, a man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And I mean, the Lord said, be fruitful and multiply. And that's talking about having children, but in this day and age, that's not smart, it's not expedient to do. It's actually, it will be a burden unto you. But the point about the scripture is that he that liveth to see the fall of it, he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And that's what we're praying on. Even if some of us are killed, we're going to still see the fall of our enemy, because we're going to be on the chariots looking down. And that real satisfying, how can I say it? The real satisfaction of seeing the enemy fall is when you see his kingdom being destroyed. That's going to be the best part, being burnt up by 200 million ICBM missiles, during World War III, after simultaneously getting beamed up, Lord willing. That's what we're hoping to see, because once World War III pops off, we're out of here. Period. Once the chip gets implemented, mandatory vaccines, we're out of here, because the Lord has to come save us. That's what his name means. He delivers, he saves. So, put 1 and 1 together, we're almost out of here. So we just gotta hold fast and pray to see the fall of our enemy. And then, once we come down from the wilderness, we come down from the heavens, because that's when, the ones that are still alive on the earth are going to see New Jerusalem. We're going to put these people, especially Esau, into chains, into captivity, into slavery for Esau 1,000 years. And then after 1,000 years, the other heathens will be able to go to dwell in their own land that the Lord have for them. So, but the main point is we see the racial tension brewing. We see the race rise about to come to pass, Lord willing. It's about to get real. And this is the reality. This Bible is the reality that we're living in. This is the Lord's movie. So I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump to. I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna jump to Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. The Lord is not coming to send peace, but a sword. And that sword is to eradicate and erase all wickedness from this earth, And he's coming back for only first and foremost, his elect, and coming back for his people. But first they have to be destroyed and be cleansed, spiritually and physically. So I'm gonna jump to Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And that's what's coming to pass. The race riots, race wars, FEMA camps, the chip, mixed in with the mandatory vaccinations, going with the chip, they coincide with each other. World War III. There's going to be a very troublesome, time that is going to come to pass. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And that's talking about the elect. That he is the elect, 144,000 men. So we persuade men with fear and trembling. So it's like, if you don't hearken onto this, don't try to hearken onto it when, you know, you see someone's head get blown off by a Gurkha trooper or something, or the police or something like that. Because death is going to be right in your face. And if you don't got that mark, which is Thawa, going back to Ezekiel, the ninth chapter, if you don't have that mark, and that mark is the mark of judgment, it's like a mark of basically having a hedge around you, protection, exempt from judgment, it's like it, because the real judgment is being burnt up here in the second death, or facing famine and dying that way, because the ones going back to the elect, the elect members that do die, they're not gonna die like the rest of you people. They're gonna die a glorious death, like getting their head chopped off and being a martyr for the Lord's sake, if it be the Lord's will. So that's a different type of death, because they died in the truth. You died in wickedness. There's a difference. So, Lord willing, this was straight to the point, edifying, and again, just getting that ball rolling, sparking something in your mind. The ones out there that watch this video on YouTube world, hearken unto the Lord and seek the Lord, 10 times more, because once the doors of grace close, it's over. We still are under grace period, so we, in a sense, we're gonna mess up, but the Lord has grace on us, but again, like I said, once those doors close, once those spiritual doors of the ark closes, not just like in the days of Noah, they were banging, 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 and just like the elders brought out, Noah he's a man, he wanted to help the people, but the Lord put that spirit on him not to, because we have a compassionate side. We're a compassionate people. We end up sometimes helping heathens out because we're compassionate, but then that other side is like, yo, F these people. We end up helping 2/3 out sometimes, but the Lord's gonna put that hardened spirit on us that we don't care. We out there on the highways and byways, week in week out on YouTube, while you guys are watching Chief Keef and Pop Smoke and all these other people. You could have been listening to the truth, gathering notes, and like basically waking up, but the Lord ain't dealing with you. So you gotta take that up with the Lord. So Kahala Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kwakadash, that would honestly Apostle Great Millstone, and shalom to you brothers out there pushing this word, sincerity and truth.